Hey guys, welcome to Reading Affairs.
The crash that wasn't angry. The city was drowning. Rain hammered the roads like it had been waiting all day to break something. Traffic crawled, headlights blurred into watery streaks, and the whole world smelled like wet concrete. Neia sat in the back seat of her cab, holding her bag close like it could keep her warm. Her office ID card hung around her neck. Her hair stuck lightly to her cheeks. Her phone screen glowed in the dark. Vian. 1 missed call. 2, 3, no answer. Neia exhaled slowly and turned her face toward the window. She didn't want to admit it, but lately, even silence from him felt expected. Her own car was in the service center, so she'd booked this cab, and tonight, nothing was going right. The cab sputtered, shuddered, then stopped. The driver tried again, struggling with the ignition like it was a stubborn child. Nothing. He leaned back in defeat. "Sorry, ma'am," he said, embarrassed. "I think car engine got problem. You don't need to pay me. You can book another cab or call someone." Neia blinked, tired but still polite. "It's okay, I'll pay full amount," she said softly. "Don't worry." The driver protested, but Neia already picked up her phone to book again. Network weak. Cab app. Loading. Loading. The circle spun like it was laughing. Then, bang, a sudden impact from behind. Not violent enough to throw them forward completely, but enough to shake the cab and shock Neia's heart into her throat. "Ari!" the driver shouted. Neia gasped and clutched the seat. Both of them turned instantly, then got out into the rain. Behind the cab, a motorcycle had hit them. The bike was tilted and sliding slightly on wet asphalt, and beside it was the rider. He was on one knee, helmet hanging loosely in his hand. His shoulders were rising too fast, like he wasn't just shaken, like he couldn't breathe. Neia rushed forward without thinking. "Hey, are you okay?" The rider didn't respond. His chest kept moving too quickly. His eyes were wide, fixed on nothing. Neia noticed something immediately. This wasn't anger or arrogance or biker attitude. This was fear, pure panic. She placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Hi," she said softly. "Look at me. You're safe." His eyes flickered toward her, dark, long-lashed, beautiful in a way that felt unfair in the middle of rain and chaos. But the beauty wasn't what caught Neia. It was the helplessness. The rider tried to inhale and couldn't. His fingers were shaking. Neia lowered herself slightly, meeting him at eye level so she didn't feel like a stranger towering over him. "Okay," she said calmly. "We're going to do one thing." She lifted her hand a little. "Breathe with me." She inhaled slowly, held, then exhaled. The rider watched her mouth as she breathed, like her calm was the only thing he had left to hold on to. His breath followed hers, shaky at first, then steadier. His shoulders dropped. The cab driver shouted behind them, irritated. "Are you crazy? You hit from behind. You could have killed us." Neia looked back sharply. "Sir, please. He can't breathe right now." The driver paused, confused. Neia turned back to the rider again. "It's okay," she whispered, slowly in. The rider blinked fast, trying to control himself. "I'm sorry," he finally said, voice rough. I didn't mean to." Neia softened. "It's okay. Are you hurt?" He shook his head, but his breath still wasn't fully normal. "You're having anxiety?" she asked gently. His eyes widened slightly, caught off guard that she understood so quickly. He nodded. Neia opened her bag and pulled out a small bottle of water. Then she found a few small sweets, wrapped candies she kept for long office days. She offered them to him. "Here," she said softly, "water, and have one sweet. It'll help bring your BP down." He stared like no one had ever offered him something so simple. "You? Carry sweets?" he asked, voice still low. Neia gave a tiny smile. "I work in an office. It's survival." He let out the faintest laugh. The storm still roared, but something between them became warmer. The rider stood up slowly and brushed water off his expensive black leather jacket. "Thank you," he said. "I usually handle it better." Neia nodded like she wasn't judging him. "Maybe park nearby," she suggested. "There's a cafe 2 minutes from here. Coffee might help." He hesitated. Then quietly he asked, "Can you come with me?" Neia blinked. "What?" He held up both hands quickly, respectful. "Not like a date," he said fast. "Just, I don't want to be alone right now." Neia swallowed. Her phone buzzed. "Cab app, no cabs available due to severe weather." Neia sighed. The rider's eyes softened. "Please," he whispered, "just one coffee." Neia hesitated, then gave up. "Fine," she muttered, "but I'm warning you, I'm not in the mood for conversation." His lips curved. "Good," he said. "Neither am I." And together, in the pouring rain, they walked toward the cafe lights. The cafe was warm, like the storm outside didn't exist. The moment Neia stepped in, the heat kissed her wet cheeks. The smell of coffee wrapped around her like a blanket. The biker finally told her his name. Sid. He sat across from her, still quiet, still a little shaken. His hands trembled slightly when he removed his gloves. Neia noticed, even though he tried to hide it. She didn't comment. Instead, she pushed a sugar sachet toward him. More sugar, she said. It helps. Trust me. Sid looked at her like she was a miracle. You're weirdly good at this, he said. Neia shrugged. I've had anxiety attacks before. Not like yours, but I get it. His eyes softened. Does it show? He asked quietly. Neia smiled gently, only to someone paying attention. Sid stared at her for a second too long, then looked away. Neia's heart did something stupid. Her phone buzzed. Vian. A call. Neia answered instantly. Hello? The line crackled, then cut. Neia stared at her phone, and suddenly the cafe didn't feel warm anymore. Sid leaned forward slightly. Boyfriend? He asked softly. Neia forced a smile. Yeah. Is it bad? Sid asked gently. Neia swallowed. It's not good, she admitted, but it's not your problem. Sid's voice lowered. It becomes my problem if it makes you look like that. Neia looked up. His eyes held hers. Too warm, too steady. You don't even know me, she whispered. Sid didn't blink. I know you helped a stranger breathe again in the rain, he said. That's enough. Coffee arrived. Steam rose between them like a secret. Neia wrapped her fingers around her cup and felt warmth return. Sid looked calmer now. Are you okay? Neia asked softly. Sid nodded once. Then he admitted quietly, I crash sometimes when my head gets too loud. Neia's eyes softened. Anxiety? Sid nodded. My therapist says I need grounding. Neia tilted her head. And today you didn't. Sid glanced at her. Today I saw you, he said, and I forgot how to breathe properly. Neia's cheeks warmed. That was definitely a dateline, she muttered. Sid smiled faintly. Not a date, he reminded her. Outside, the rain continued. Inside, something quietly shifted. By the time Neia finished her coffee, she felt human again. Her cab app still showed nothing. No rides. No hope. She sighed. I'm stuck, she murmured. Sid leaned back, relieved. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, he said, but I'm also not unhappy. Neia rolled her eyes, smiling. Sid stood up. I'll drop you, he offered. Neia shook her head. No. You're a stranger. Sid nodded, accepting it immediately. Fair, he said. Neia blinked. That calm respect was disarming. Sid spoke softly. If you feel scared, I can drop you near your area, not your house. Neia stared at him. It's late, he added gently. And the weather messed everything. Neia hesitated. Then her phone buzzed. I'm busy. Stop calling. Neia's chest tightened. She swallowed, then nodded. Okay, she whispered. Drop me near. Sid's eyes softened. Thank you for trusting me, he said quietly. They walked out together. Neia climbed on the bike carefully. Sid said, hold the back handle. Neia nodded. He paused, then said softly, if you feel like falling, you can hold me. Neia scoffed. I won't fall. Sid's voice turned teasing. Good, he murmured, because I might. Neia felt her cheeks warm again. The bike moved slowly into the calm night, and for the first time in forever, Neia felt safe. Sid parked near a small closed bakery in Neia's area, exactly as promised. Neia climbed off quickly, still cautious. Here, she said, offering money. Sid frowned. No. Neia blinked. No? Sid shook his head. If I take money, he said quietly, this becomes a service. His eyes held hers, and I didn't help you like a service. Neia's throat tightened. She turned to go, but Sid's voice stopped her. Neia, she paused. Can I have your number? Sid asked softly. Neia said instantly, no. Sid nodded. Okay, fair. That response again. No ego, no pressure. Neia's heart wobbled. Her phone buzzed. Vian called. Neia answered, hopeful and angry at the same time. But Vian's voice was sharp. I saw your location. Why were you at some cafe? Neia froze. Vian, cab wasn't available. Stop making excuses, he snapped. I'm coming. The call ended. Neia stared at the screen. Sid watched her face. What happened? He asked. Neia whispered, my boyfriend is coming. Sid's expression didn't change, but his eyes hardened. I'll stay till he comes, Sid said quietly. Neia panicked. No, you should go. Sid stepped back slightly. I'll stand away, he offered. But I don't trust the way you looked on the phone. Headlights appeared at the end of the lane. Vian's car stopped. Vian stepped out furious. He saw Neia, then saw Sid. Who the hell is that? Vian snapped. Neia rushed between them. He helped me, she said. Cab broke down. No cabs. Vian laughed bitterly. So now you're picking up strangers? Sid spoke calmly behind Neia. Don't talk to her like that. Vian turned, enraged, and Sid replied in a voice too steady to be empty. I'm the stranger who treated her better than her own boyfriend did tonight. Neia's breath caught. Vian ordered, get in the car. Neia didn't move, and her silence became her answer. Neia begged Sid softly to leave. This is between me and him, she whispered. Please go. Sid's jaw tightened. He nodded once, then left without saying goodbye, like leaving hurt him too much. Vian looked satisfied. Neia went home with Vian. Vian acted sorry. Okay, I trust you, he said. Let's go home. Cook dinner. Neia believed him. For a minute, Later, while changing, she found a tissue in her bag. A tissue Sid had held earlier when she was too scared to hold anything. Inside was a note. "We might not meet again. I was going to give you my number, but I decided I'll ask instead. If you refuse, I'll take it as rejection and won't push. But if you change your mind, I'll be waiting at Yellow Street, 11 p.m. tonight." Neia stared at the clock. 10:30. Half an hour. Not worth it, she told herself. He's a stranger. She went to the kitchen. Vian came from behind, too sweet. "My love," he asked, "do you think I did wrong today?" Neia answered honestly, and something in Vian changed. The sweetness disappeared. Accusations began. Control, anger. Neia's fear returned like a storm. Her eyes flicked to the clock again, 10:35. Neia's throat tightened with regret. She whispered in her mind, "I wish I chose him." Then she saw Vian's eyes shift toward the knife holder. Neia grabbed her phone, ran, out of the house, into a taxi, to Yellow Street. It was already 11:15 when she arrived. No Sid. 11:30. Still nothing. Then she heard her name behind her. Neia. She froze. Vian stood under a dim streetlight, smiling. "You forgot," he said softly. "I have your location, darling." Neia ran. She fell, and a bike stopped in front of her. Sid. He held his hand out. "Get up," he said softly. Neia grabbed him like life. Sid stared at Vian. "Touch her again," Sid said, "and you'll regret it for the rest of your life." Sid drove Neia away. Vian chased them in his car. Sid took her to a private luxury jungle villa, hidden, modern, surrounded by security and tall trees. The first night was fear and silence. Neia couldn't sleep properly. Her body kept expecting danger. She woke up shaking, and even then, Sid didn't cross her boundaries. He sat outside her room like a guard, like comfort. The next morning, sunlight cut through the trees. Sid made her hot chocolate. He spoke gently. He made her breathe again. Neia slowly stopped trembling, and in the quiet safety of the jungle, she finally introduced herself properly. "I work in admin," Neia admitted softly. "Junior department, nothing special." Sid looked at her calmly. "You're not nothing special," he said. Neia frowned. "You don't know that." Sid's eyes held hers. "I know enough," he said quietly. That day, Neia asked the question she couldn't stop thinking. "Who are you, Sid?" Sid hesitated, then answered, "I own a company." Neia blinked. "Like what company?" Sid said it simply. "Sidrion Holdings." Neia froze. That name was everywhere. A famous billionaire company. Neia stared at him like the world tilted. "You're that Sid?" Sid nodded. "Yes." Neia felt overwhelmed, but somehow his kindness was still the same, and that made him scarier in a different way, because it felt real. Vian found them again. Sid and Neia escaped on the bike. Vian chased them in the car. The road was slick, the speed was dangerous, the wind was cold. But Neia suddenly realized something. She didn't feel scared in Sid's arms. She lifted her head and whispered into the air, "When I see you, I don't feel scared. Not even a little." Sid's voice came deep and rough. "Neia, isn't this dangerous?" Neia swallowed. "It is," she whispered. Then she leaned closer. "If I don't do it right now, I'll never be able to." Neia lifted his helmet slightly and kissed him. Deep, wild, reckless, perfect. Sid froze for 1 second, then made a low sound that told Neia everything. Neia pulled back, breath shaking. Her lips tingled. Her heart went wild. Then she whispered, almost laughing through panic, "Now, let's go." And Sid drove faster. Like her kiss became fire. They reached a giant black gate. Sid opened it with a remote. They entered, the gate shut behind them. Vian was trapped outside. Neia was safe. The second day felt unreal. Sid made Neia laugh again. He cooked dinner. He showed her the property. He caught her when she slipped. He spoke to her softly, like she deserved peace. That night, under a covered deck, the jungle was quiet. Neia admitted her guilt. "I feel guilty for being okay here," she whispered. Sid replied gently, "You don't fix what keeps breaking you." Neia's eyes softened. Sid brushed a strand of hair from her face, then asked in a voice that made butterflies explode in her stomach, "Can I kiss you?" Neia whispered yes. Sid kissed her slowly, softly, then deeper, not rushed, not forced, just safe warmth, just honest affection. And for the first time, Neia chose herself. On the third day, they went to the police. Neia filed the complaint. Everything came out. Threats, stalking, violence, fear. Police acted fast. They found proof Vian tried to sell her property, jewels, and important belongings. Vian was arrested. When Neia saw him in handcuffs, she didn't shake. She just breathed. Outside the station, the sky was clear. The storm was gone. Neia stood beside Sid, quiet. Then she looked up. "Thank you," she whispered. Sid's eyes softened. "You don't have to thank me." Neia insisted. "You didn't just save me," she swallowed. "You reminded me I can be loved gently." Sid stepped closer. "I want to love you gently," he murmured, then added, softer, amused, and wildly. Neia laughed through tears. Sid kissed her forehead. And in that moment, Neia knew something for sure. The rain didn't ruin her life. It changed it. It ended one chapter and began a new one. A safe one, a loved one, a happy one.
Thank you for listening. Join me in next part and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Reading Affairs.